Mary Elizabeth Jones on Tuesday. Mary Elizabeth Jones was able to take a bereavement day on Tuesday due to the loss of her child's father. She had grown to hate her career choice once more. The best thing that ever happened to office morale was the first Houston biological attack. Following the contamination of her building, the agents were instructed to drive from parolee to parolee, and there was scant supervision of the officers. It had been heaven. They could do their personal shopping and balance their checkbooks and chat on their cells, and no one stared over their shoulders. Then the federal probation was relocated in a hot, cramped, noisy warehouse where antiquated wiring frequently caused circuits to break. The POs were expected to stay in their cubes and work according to their job descriptions. But the warehouse never became comfortable or even functional, and the union stepped in to lobby for on-sites and mobile visits. The job was tolerable once more. Recently, headquarters was moved back to downtown Houston, and federal POs were instructed to stay in their cubes and perform their duties as they were meant to be informed. The free-range chickens had been moved to a factory farm. The job was once more an exercise in misery. Mary Elizabeth Jones could not go to work today and maintain her composure. She had broken into a bout of weeping a couple of times on Monday, but she fought through her sorrow. Then she went home and cried till her head hurt. She took some Motrin and blubbered some more. Her grief surprised her. She thought she was long over Ulysses. Gauging pain, if this happens, it will hurt this bad, was something one learned as one matured. If someone had asked her a week ago how much it would hurt to lose Ulysses forever, she would probably say, not very, very much anymore, and she would have meant it. Now, the pain in her chest would not go away. It hurt, and nothing could relieve her pain. She had stuff in her medicine cabinet that relieved headaches and toothaches and menstrual cramps. Why was there nothing to soothe a broken heart? Mary Elizabeth Jones took a return call from her lawyer, Stephen Smith. She proceeded to tell him that a car registered in her name had been involved in a fatal accident. He asked her more questions than she thought he would and offered his condolences at the loss of Ulysses. Mary Elizabeth Jones thanked Mr. Smith, and the questions continued. "This could be bad, Miss Jones," was his succinct legal opinion. When Pye returned home from story time at the library with Brecker, Mary Elizabeth Jones grabbed her older son and squeezed him, hoping the pain in her chest would go away, but it stayed with her. As the sun set, Mary Elizabeth Jones sipped tequila and Hawaiian punch, thinking margaritas might appear too festive for this tenebrous occasion. The pain would stay, but she would drink herself into a contemplative state, a state more sober than when her mind was clouded with sorrow. In her snug state of calm lucidity, Mary Elizabeth Jones' attention turned to Jim Garfield. He was the biggest mistake she had ever made. She knew he was a little bit dangerous when she met him, but she had greatly underestimated the risk factor. With Ulysses permanently gone, she would be even more dependent on that reptile of a man. If she got sued as a result of Ulysses' accident, she would depend on him even more. What price would Jim Garfield extract from her? There was always a price with him. Access to probation records, access to her superior's records, access to databases she could not legally access. Her pondering was interrupted by Pye carrying a sleepy Franz William. "Kiss your mommy good night," the winsome maiden purred, lifting her glass in a toast. Mary Elizabeth Jones smiled at her younger son. "Here's to Jim Garfield," she announced with just a hint of good spirit.